guys, and welcome to Yarelina's Reborn Nursery. Today I'm with little Jacob, and he's, I've been holding him, so he's a little bit messy, his hair. But here he is. He's my tiny little preemie Jacob, and I just have been a little bit out of social media for a while. I think like 3 weeks or so. I was not feeling to make videos, and I really like to make my videos once I feel it. Of course, I always interact with my babies. I always, change them. Not as often, I think him and Jaden, I think were the babies that I changed. I don't know if I changed Kellen, but anyways, I just, was interacting but little because I mostly interact with them. When I'm making videos, it's the more time that I spend with them and hold one at a time because I have the tendency of when I'm going to sleep, I don't know which one I'm going to hold, so I hold one and then I hold the other and then I hold the other. So with the videos I can have the solo time, for each one of them. And that's awesome, they can have their own time, and also I can actually feel closer to them when I'm just spending time with one of them instead of doing that what I do. So the topic for today is a topic that I have been for a while thinking of doing, and it is a little bit spicy. And I hope I can approach it in a form or a way that doesn't offend anybody, because we all are humans. We are imperfect. We have the tendency of doing things that we shouldn't, me included, and Sonoris. And I'm going to talk about artists. Today the topic is when the artist is the scammer. And the thing is that in our community, as I hear and as I see, there is a lot of people that are coming new. And we're going to concentrate. It's not saying that it's not collectors or buyers that are shady or scamming, because they are. They are doing it, but we're just focusing on doing the topic, which is when the artist is the scammer. But this is a disclaimer. It's not saying that it's all the time. It's not saying that it's only the artist, or it's not saying that that's what you're going to get when you're trying to buy a baby, but it happens. So, first of all, we're going to say before everything, because some people can have this idea of, and can call a person a scammer, when actually it's not. So I'm going to put in the screen the definition that I found for a scam, and I'm going to read because I have the paper here. And it says, a scam is a deceptive scheme where someone tries to trick you into giving them money, valuables, or personal information. Scams are a form of fraud, which is one problem. But we're going to talk about that. But they are illegal, and they are considered a form of thief when they result in the loss of money or assets. This is going to be interesting. Anyways, scammers often use social media engineering tactics to manipulate their victims. They may lie to you, make a false promise, or imitate someone you trust. Today, online scams are by far the most common type of scam, and they are increasing. So, we're going to break it down. And this is the thing with when the artist is the scammer. So someone can think, oh, this artist, and it's a thin line, because when someone is shady and do things on purpose, it's like a very thin line going to be scam. But where you have the problem is when you lose money and you're not getting what you were advertised. And some people can say, oh, it doesn't look like the pictures. Yeah, I understand the feeling, but that's not necessarily scam. Could be, of course. If the person is hiding information, the doll have a defect or something, and they are hiding the information, yes, I can give you that point. But I want to talk when the artist in that part what says that they may lie to you, make false promise. The thing is that some artists are taking custom jobs. So this is the scene. Someone take a custom job, a custom work, baby doll, and the person paid off the doll, and the artist takes their time, and the time go by, and the baby's not done. Then they make the false promise of, okay, next month I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and the baby's not done. And months go by, and they keep promising dates, they keep promising have the doll done, and they are not doing it. And sometimes, in which this is the sad part, they stop responding, and the person lose money and the doll. So this is happening commonly in the community, which is scary. And I want to say, in the defense of artists, this is why I don't take costumes. I'm not a person that do this for a living, and I'm not working 24/7, in the sense of I'm not working daily in the daily basis on dolls. I have couple of days that I'm working on them, and sometimes I have weeks for many other reasons. I have one of my kids sick, and I cannot go out. I have to cut all the things, and I have more time, so I spend more time working. But that doesn't happen in regular basis, and that's why you see that right now I'm working on a baby that is not going to be available. It's a custom order, and I want to, without doing, without saying, I want to be as clear as I can. That lady, which is one of my best friends, and that's the only reason I take the job, is because they know my daily life. They know what is happening with me. They can understand, and I don't have to explain myself why I'm not working on the baby. They are patient. They are not in a rush. So I have been like, she has been waiting like a year, and now is the baby's almost done, and it's almost ready to root. But I have one head to root before. So this is why I don't take custom jobs. I'm not saying that I'm going to take a year, because I'm going to push myself, and I'm just scared to not do the good work because I'm pushing myself or rushing. But if you can't take jobs, custom work, don't do it. You're going to ruin your reputation. When someone hire you to do a job, a doll, then you have that, you have a timeline. You give a timeline. You always do. Even if you can go by maybe 2 weeks, who knows, a month if you have a rough time, but 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, 2 years is just too much. And especially if the communication stops, and then you don't have anything, you don't have your doll, you don't have your money, you don't have communication with the person. That is a scammer. That is a person that is scam you. I'm sorry if you want to say that it's not, but it's like that. If you have I'm working on this baby. My friends know, and they know I was moving. They, were with me in the whole process. They knew after that I was organizing everything in my home. I was super stressed. Then I took some days off. Then, all what happened in my life, they know it. So I don't have to keep explaining myself. But at the same time, I owe them information because it's their doll and I'm commissioned to do it. So whenever I started taking pictures, work in progress, super slowly. I was working on the baby, but you know, you have to maintain a communication. I always say with my friends, I don't want to abuse. Even if they tell me don't rush, no rush, I will rush it anyways. In some cases, like this baby and all the baby that I was finishing, it took me forever. I was not working as I used to. Um, and anyways, the thing is that you have to maintain a communication. If you're losing the communication, if you're losing the money, you're not refunding the person. Because if I know I'm taking this costume, I'm taking money, and then I know I cannot fulfill, I just better reimburse your money, refund you your money. And that's it. I don't have, maybe you have that sad feeling or a bad taste about what happened, but at least you have your money back. But if you're going to have your doll, the doll, the money, and then you're going to stop communication, I'm sorry. That is a form of fraud. That is thief. If you disappear with my money, with my doll, that is a form of thief. That's what the definition says. So that it happens, yes, it happens. It happens is something that is sadly people that are with good reputation that have been selling for a while, that have built the trust they have, and people commission them for costume, and they stop doing what they were doing and start disappearing with people's money. And sometimes it's not with one person that they are disappearing. Sometimes it's with multiple people's babies and uh, and money. You know, multiple people at the same time. So I want you guys to let me know your opinion about that. I know it's something a little bit shocking because when you commission someone, you are trusting this person to, fulfill what they are doing, what they are promising to do. But it's something that is happening, and I have here, and now we have groups of scam or fraud artists and collectors, because they have like collectors that they are like in a blacklist. Yes, that is happening. And the same with artists that have built a good reputation, and out of the sudden they are ruining all the good reputation and their names because they don't want to fulfill orders, and they're disappearing with people's money and dolls. So that's my take on it. If you have a channel, you want to make a video about it, saying your perspective about it, you can do it. I would love to see it. And let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think that the artists are actually scamming? I'm not saying that everybody, of course we have people that are and this is why some artists ask more for the dolls, but you are paying for quality. You are paying for someone that is going to be responsible. In most of the cases, sometimes you hire someone that is cheaper, and that cheaper means that is not a person that is going to be regular, or a person that is going to be motivated to finish in the timeline they say, or is a person that doesn't take it seriously. I don't know. But when you're paying, sometimes you're paying a little bit more and sometimes a lot more, but you are going to have a doll because this person is someone you can trust, because you can see a history of them fulfilling orders and fulfilling their custom work. So yeah, it's a little bit challenging, and I right now understand why some people are asking for references. For collectors to buy, and for references for artists, just because sometimes a person have a good experience with an artist and the next person go by and try to make business, and it's just, and that's another thing, and that's why it's a little bit hard to be recommending people, because you don't know if they're going to be the same with the next person. But yeah, that's my take on it. Please let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. If you think that there's artists that are scamming, and remember, when they trick you into giving them money, valuables, or personal information, um, it results in the loss of money, or a possession. And when they lie to you, make a false promise, that is a form of scam, and scam is a form of thief, which is a crime legally. So yeah, you can pursue this person legally. Of course, it's going to take resources, but yeah, you can actually do legally something, because it's a crime. It's a form of fraud, but you have to prove it. But thankfully for most of us, we have the PayPal transactions, and that's a safe way to do transactions and to be covered. But yeah, that's another good topic, but I don't want to go too deep. I just wanted to talk about this for a while, because yes, we talk all the time about some collectors that are shady. That can happen with a collector selling you, or it can happen with an artist, a legit artist selling you. So yeah, it's a form of scam. If they're lying, if you're losing money, if they are, tricking you, manipulating you, that's a form of, and I have heard some awful experiences. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. I don't want to keep rambling um, about that, and I will come in my next video. I don't know if it with a topic, because I have another topic that I want to discuss with you, but I'm going to come with journey, because I have a dear friend that I'm brooding a baby for her. I'm brooding the head, of course, not, she doesn't send the whole baby. It's a vinyl baby. So she sent me the head, and she sent me a happy mail for journey, and I want to share that with her. That's why I didn't share when I had Jacob, because Jacob was not the baby, the target. Um, so I'm going to come back with her and change her into something pretty that she sent, and show you all the goodies that she sent me. Touches my heart, because I'm doing a job for her, and she's just so giving and so generous. So anyways, I will come back with journey and with another topic, hopefully. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and I hope you like the video with my little Jacob in this little PJ that I absolutely love him, and he has been, I don't know how many um days in this PJ. I just love it. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you until the next video. Bye bye.